these online videos, modalities movement therapy sessions. I'm Brenda, and today we're going to be focusing on longer and stronger. So what I mean by that is we're going to focus on working a lot into the lateral line of the body, as well as the back line, and a little bit into our breathing to help us grow taller, open up those spaces between the vertebrae, so lengthening us out. The stronger part is focusing a lot on the gluteus muscles. So those muscles made up of the gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius are our biggest muscle group in the body. And that is part of our core. So the stronger these glute muscles are, the better our balance, the stronger our core is going to be. So let's get started. We're going to need a foam roller, a hard reflex ball or tennis ball will do, and one of these circle resistance bands. Let's start in standing, and we're going to focus, as I said, on the lateral line of the body. So bring the ball under the little toe, and you're going to roll along that lateral line. Now, as well as this lateral line of the foot being part of the lateral line of the body, we're also looking at the arch of the foot, because if we pronate or have any of these conditions, we're going to work more, push down on the inside of the foot and lift the lateral side, not putting enough weight into it. So we are going to affect the part of that plantar fascia in the arch of the foot. So once you've finished rolling along that lateral line, I want you to bring the ball into the arch of the foot and just putting weight into it. So keep both feet side by side. You're going to circle the ball into the arch of the foot in one direction, and then you're going to change direction. Let's change feet. So again, bring the ball onto the lateral side, so in line with that little toe. Focus on your posture, so lifting up and lengthening out of the hips and opening up across the chest. Focus on your breathing, nice open space into the diaphragm. Breathe into the space you're creating. Nice deep inhalation through the nose and out through the nose. Nice deep pressure, nice and slowly, because we want to think of lengthening out those tissues, those fascial tissues. Bring the ball into the arch of the foot and circle in one direction. And when you're ready, you're going to change direction. And then just place the ball to the side. Standing behind the mat or on the mat, you're going to lift and lower. So lifting and lowering. Be aware of your ankles, so you don't want to let the ankles roll out and in. Be aware of the ball of your foot and spreading your weight out evenly. So focusing a lot on the big toe, because that's going to help with our balance, as well as our glutes, that biggest muscle group in the body. Squeeze those glutes, and that'll help you into the lift and to stabilize you. Keep going. You should start feeling a little bit into the calves, and we're going to release them just now. Do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to keep going. This time we're going to turn the feet in, so the big toes are pointing towards one another, or slightly on the diagonal. Relax the shoulders. Open up into that nice postural position, so don't look down. Focus on opening up and breathing into that diaphragm again. Keep going. Lift and lower. Another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to turn the heels facing inwards, and again, lift and lower onto the balls of the feet. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Spread that weight out evenly on the ball of the foot. Squeeze the glutes. Keep going. relaxing the arms at the sides and just breathing. And you're almost there. Last one. Bring the feet parallel again. We're going to now again focus on the glutes, walking slowly through the balls of the feet. So really focus on heel toe, push into the ball of the foot, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. So just getting the heart rate up a little bit. I want you to speed the movement up for 30 seconds. So just pushing off the heels like they're on a hot coal. Push off those heels and get the arms moving. Keep going, got another 20 seconds to go. Nice quick movement with those arms and bouncing off the heels, using the glutes to help stabilize you. You got 5 seconds. Now really exaggerate the movement, keep going and slow it down. Focus on that nice deep diaphragmatic breath. Keep going nice and slow. Squeeze the glutes and lift up and out of the hips. Up and out. Bouncing off the heels. Bounce. Keep going another 5. And then we're going to speed it up for 30 seconds again. We'll do 3 more like this. Here we go. Speed it up for 30 seconds. Get those arms moving. Get the heart rate up. Bounce off those heels. Push into the balls of the feet. Keep the balls of the feet firmly planted on the floor. And bounce, 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 bounce. You've got 10 seconds to go. Keep going. Breathe. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Keep going, squeezing those glutes. Slow it down again. 2 more sets. Bring yourself back into that calm state, that parasympathetic breathing state, nice and slowly. Ten seconds to go, nice and slow. And speed it up again, 30 seconds, pushing off those heels. Get those arms moving, breathe. Keep going. Ten seconds to go. And you're almost ready for that last set. Slow it down. Pushing up and out of that heel. Left. Almost ready, 5 seconds to go, and then my last set of 30-second fast walking off the balls, onto the ball. Let's go. Move those arms, push off those heels. Keep going. Firmly planting the balls of the feet on the mat or the floor. Keep going. 10 seconds to go. Squeeze those glutes. Push off those heels. Almost there, 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Good, shake everything out. A nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Come and stand onto your mat, and I want you to roll down through the spine. Walk your hands forward onto the hands and knees, and bring the roller under your belly button. So just above the hip bones, and if you are not comfortable lying flat, stay in this position, but I want you to focus on breathing into the foam roller. So nice inhalation and exhalation through the nose. 4 counts in, start with 4 counts out, so we're increasing the exhalation to 4 to 6 counts. So really focus on that exhalation. Relax your forehead on the hands and try relax your chest onto the mat. And a nice deep diaphragmatic breath. And breathe out through the nose. And again, a nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Keep going, a nice deep breath in. And breathe out. If you're not comfortable in that position, come off the chest onto the elbows and breathing in. And breathing out. But you want to try and keep the breath from coming into the shoulders and focusing on that diaphragm. Another 2, nice deep breath in. And the last one. And breathe out. Position the roller onto the quadriceps on the front of the legs. Relax your hands. If you tense them up and make a fist or clench the fingers, you're going to take tension in the shoulders. So try and relax and move from the hips all the way to the knees. Keep going. Just do another 2. Nice and slowly lengthen that fascial tissue out. Now you're going to position the foam roller onto the hip bone, let's say the right leg. So right just below your hip bone, and you're going to bring your left knee up onto the roller. Open up your foot, lift your right foot. And now we want to focus on the hip flexor, but as well as that TFL on the lateral side of the leg. So you're going to bounce that foot out. Come up onto the same hand as the knee that's on the roller. Open up the other knee and bounce it out. So you want to really focus more on that lateral side of the leg. The TFL, the tensor fascia lata, on the lateral side of the leg. Now that's where your iliotibial band inserts. And bounce that foot out around that area there. Keep going, bouncing. Let's move over to the other side. So onto the other leg, your left hip, just below the hip bone, just below it. Open up that left knee, open up the right knee, bring it onto the roller, and you're going to bounce that foot out to the side. So you want to feel that lateral movement there. Bounce. So position yourself so you can feel that release. Keep going. Another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Come onto the knees, and because we're working with that fascial tissue, plumping it up, we want to hydrate it too. So have a quick drink of water. Let's release our glutes. So again, working a bit into the lateral line. I want you to cross the ankle over the knee, and you're going to lift that up, that left buttock. So the right ankle over the knee, and lift the left buttock off the roller. So you're rocking your knee slightly towards the right side. And let's work right into that lower back. So move into that lower back and up and over the glutes. So again, into that sacroiliac spine. That is where that ITB starts, and also a lot of other connections over there. That psoas muscle underneath there, a little bit higher up into the lower back, and those glute muscles there. Keep going. Last two. And the last one. Good. We're going to focus a bit on the back line of the body. So working into the hamstrings. You're going to keep the same hand on the mat. So let's use the right leg again. You can either take the hand behind the head or you can reach it out. We're going to roll along the hamstrings. So it's quite a nice challenge on the balance. Roll slowly to start. And then breathe in and open up. Breathe out and reach to the foot. Round the spine and really lengthen into that back line. Good. Keep going. Reach, 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 reach out. Breath and breathe in and open up. Good. Keep going. Reach, reach, reach. Each time you go into that lengthening of the hamstrings, try to reach a little bit further and take the roller closer to the knee. Let's do another two. Nice deep breath in and reach and breathe out. And the last one. And breathe out. Let's take the roller onto the other buttock, onto that those gluteus muscles. Cross the ankle over the knee, so you should be on your left side, and bring your right buttock off the roller. You can rock slightly towards the left knee and roll right into those glutes and into that lower back. Because we're working a bit into the lateral line, we also think of that iliotibial band that starts just below the knee and moves up into that sacroiliac spine around that hip bone area. So this is a thick band of fascial tissue that we aren't born with. When we start to walk after we've been crawling, we develop this thick band of fascial tissue that starts very narrow below the knee and then moves up and thickens as we come up over the hip area. This thick band of fascial tissue is an important connection between the hip and the knee when we walk. We want to keep that fascial tissue thick, and we want to it helps stabilize us when we walk. So it's important to keep the tensegrity in that band of tissue, pulling down from the knee to the hip, so we don't loosen it as much as the rest of the fascial tissue in the body. We want to keep that tension in it. Let's move into that release along the hamstrings. So extending the leg, hand behind the head, or you can lengthen the arm up. A nice deep breath in and breathe out. Roll along the back of the leg, reach to the toes. Breathe in again, open up, breathe out and reach. Keep going. Nice deep breath in, lengthen out and breathe out and reach. And breathe out. Let's do another 3. And breathe out. 2 more. And breathe out. And the last one. And breathe out. Bring the tail tailbone onto the mat. And let's extend the legs out. We're going to bring the calves onto the foam roller. And just start a little bit of shearing from side to side. Loosen those calves up. I want you to come down onto your back, hands onto the back of the head, and you can continue shearing and moving the roller up and down the calves. Now if you want to get a little bit deeper, squeeze those glutes, lift the tailbone off the mat and shear. You're going to feel you're generating quite a bit of heat, so just keep moving the foam roller up and down the back of the legs. And continue the movement right into the calves, right down there, just about that Achilles tendon, and onto the Achilles a little bit, just a nice slow release there. And rock yourself into a seated position. You can bring the foam roller underneath the shoulder blades now. So bring the shoulder blades, the base of the shoulder blades onto the roller, head into the hands, and lift your bum. Let's just release any tension and over the shoulder blades. While we're in this position, focus on your breathing into the diaphragm. If you want to get a bit deeper, rock over to one shoulder blade. Keep the elbows together and cradle the head. And when you're ready, rock over to the other side. Keep going. And another one. Just drop down onto your tailbone. Bring your head onto the roller. Neck release. Nodding the head from side to side. Open up the arms. So bring the hands onto each end of the roller and then open up across the chest. Hold your head to one side and draw a little circle with the nose. So just releasing right into the occiput ridge and a little bit into the lateral side of the neck. Change direction. Let's go over to the other side and draw a circle with the nose. And when you're ready, change direction. Take hold of your finish off there and take hold of your reflex ball. I want you to find a trigger point on the glutes. So just play around with the position of the ball, extend your other leg, cross your ankle over, and just bounce into that release. Bounce that knee out. So opening up into the hip and bouncing out. If you're not feeling much happening, then move the ball around. If there's more than one trigger point, move the ball around again. Let's change and go over to the other side. So the same thing. Position it under the glutes, cross the ankle, find your trigger point, and just for 10 seconds, just bounce there. And release. We're going to activate the hamstrings now. So bring the reflex ball underneath the foot, and it's up to you. You can keep the tailbone on the mat, get a little bit deeper into the foot, and a nice quick movement to activate those hamstrings. Just massage over the foot and feel those hamstrings engaging. Push the pelvis up, keep squeezing the glutes. Moving into those hamstrings Let's do another 10 seconds. 5 to go. And release. Change feet. Keep the ball under that foot. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, either keep the tailbone on the mat or you can lift up slightly and rolling for 30 seconds under that foot. Keep going. You're halfway, almost halfway there. You're halfway there. Keep moving, 15 seconds. Roll under that foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release the ball. Come into a seated position. We're now going to do the similar thing with the foam roller. Bring the foam roller under the feet. Come back into supine. Bring the hands under the head. Nice deep breath into arch. Breathe out. Tuck and squeeze and thrust the pelvis up. And just a small rocking motion. You should also feel this a bit into the calves and into those hamstrings. Rocking the feet forward and back. We're going to go for 30 seconds. Seconds to go. Keep focusing on the breathing, that nice deep diaphragmatic in through the nose, out through the nose. 10 seconds to go. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Hug the knees into the chest and rock yourself into a seated position. Coming into a seated position, we're going to now maybe just have a quick drink of water. If you are not comfortable sitting in a lotus position, I want you to stay in a cross-legged position. If you can, I want you to bring, let's say, the right foot onto the left knee. Then you're going to take your right hand and cross it over. So try and keep that elbow straight, and then your left arm is lifting up and you're bouncing into a nice lateral stretch. Bounce. Lengthen up. Try and get the palm to face up. Open up into that shoulder. Open up into that armpit and look up to the ceiling. So really focus on a nice lengthening into the lateral side. It'll help you grow taller. Keep going. Another 5 seconds. 3 more. 2 and 1. Good. From there, you're going to take that left hand onto the right knee and do the same thing again on this side. And bounce. Open up and bounce. 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 Good. Keep going. Another 10 seconds. And let's take the other leg, so the left foot up onto the right knee. Open up into that lotus position. Well, it's a semi-lotus. If you want to go into full lotus, you probably won't feel that lateral stretch as much. Bring the hand onto the outside of the right knee and reach up and bounce that right arm into a nice lateral stretch. Reach, reach. So we've got 15 seconds to go. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the right arm over to the left knee and reach up again and lengthen out. Just working into those lateral stretches. Lift up and out of that waist and out of that hip. Bounce, bounce. Keep going, 5 seconds. And 1, good. From there, we're going to come onto the knees. Let's have the roller over to the side. Extend your leg. So the same hand as the knee is on the roller. You want to try to put a little bit of weight into the roller, not much, just help lengthen yourself out. Reach that top arm again. So lateral stretch. You can actually bring the heel and in line with the hip, and then the toes facing forward, and reach, opening up as much as you can. Fingertips onto the roller and just bounce there. Bounce. We're going to go for another 10 seconds. Reach. 2 and 1. Good. From there, you're going to turn the foot out. I want you to lunge forward. Bring the hand onto the mat behind the leg and reach the other arm up. And again, look up and bounce into that lateral stretch. Let's do another 10 seconds. Pushing and lengthening into the inner thigh as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back onto both knees. Position the roller to the other side. And coming onto that knee, bring the foot parallel to the roller and reach that arm up and open up. Nice light touch on the roller and bounce into that lateral side. Keep breathing. 10 seconds to go. Reach and lengthen. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go over into that rotation with the foot. Push into your lunge. Reach the arm down and bounce into that lengthening, stretching along that inner thigh on the bend, on the lifted leg. Bounce. 10 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. We're going to now take the resistance band and bring it above the knees. Bringing the hands onto the roller. We're going to focus into the lateral side of the leg, into the glutes as well. Nice light touch on the roller. We're coming in, so we're balancing on one leg. Let's say the right, let's all start with the right knee down, fingertips on the roller, and lift that left knee. You're going to come into an extended position, but I want you to keep the left knee open. Breathe into the arch, breathe out and tuck. Breathe in and arch. You should start to feel the glutes working on the right leg. A nice deep breath in and arch. Breathe out and tuck. For 4. Open up. Keep pushing that left knee out. And 5. We're going to do another 5. Breathe in and arch. And 4. And 3. Relax the shoulders, don't put too much weight into the roller. 2 more. And the last one. Hold it in that open position. Bring that left hand behind the leg, behind the back. Left knee is still lifted. And keeping the foot in the arch of the right foot, bounce that knee out. Keep going. We're going to do 10, 9, 8. Stay in that rounded position. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Well done. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to now go onto the left leg, bring the right foot into the arch of the left foot, light touch on the roller with the fingertips, so there's more weight into the left leg, and you start to feel those glutes activating. Breathe in and arch. Keep the right knee rotated and breathe out. Nice deep breath in for 4. Breathe out and tuck for 4. Breathe in again. This is 3. Breathe out and tuck. Each movement initiates from the tailbone, opening up and breathing out and tucking. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. We're going to do another 5. Head opens up last. Tuck from the tailbone, head comes down last. 4 more. Breathing in. Remember, light touch on the roller. 3 to go. And breathe out. 2 more. Nice deep breath in. Keep that right knee open. And the last one. And open up. Breathe out and tuck. Right hand behind the back. Light touch with the left hand on the roller. And bounce your right knee out for 10. Stay in that rounded position. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. From there, you're going to come into a seated position. Keep the band above the knees, and let's lower down onto our back. If you have your water handy, have a quick drink. Lying supine. The feet are nice and wide apart. You can bring the hands behind the head. Breathe in and open up. We're going to focus now on breathing into arch, breathing out to tuck, breathing into thrust. We're going to hold it in this position and bounce the tailbone up and down. We're going to focus on 30-second lift and releasing. Focus on breathing in again, breathing out, thrusting the pelvis up. But when we're in that lifted position, we want to let the breathing happen naturally and a nice deep diaphragmatic breath. Then we're going to add a lift with the knees and focus on alternate sides so we can just strengthen those glutes quite a bit. Let's take a nice deep breath in, arch. Breathe out, tuck and squeeze the glutes, ready for that inhalation, and thrust the pelvis up. Keep the feet nice and wide apart to keep the resistance in the band, so you're feeling the lateral side. Now we're going to bounce the tailbone up. Your 30 seconds starts now. Push up, push up, push up, push up. Keep going, bouncing that tailbone up. Stay as lifted as you can. Release the hands, that'll help you get a little bit lifted into that thrust. Bring the arms next to the body. You can use those elbows and that back arm line to help lift you into that position. You've got 15 seconds to go. Keep going, nice thrust. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower down. Breathing in again to arch. Breathe out to tuck. Breathe in and thrust. This time I want you to lift the left foot, and we're going to focus on pulsing up. 30 seconds starts now. You should feel that core temperature rising. Keep going, keep the resistance in the back. Push, push, push. You're halfway, keep going. Push, 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 push. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot down, roll down through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest if you need to. And bring the feet back. Let's breathe in again. Breathe out to tuck. Breathe into thrust. Now lift yourself on the right side but try keep the pelvis lifted as well. And for 30 seconds, we pulse for 2. Good, keep going. Keep going. Almost there, you've got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot down, roll down through the spine. Again, hug the knees into the chest. Give those glutes a bit of a stretch. We're going back into that position. This time we're going to keep both feet on the mat, and we're going to pass the tailbone up and hold it in that position, and really focus on the breathing. So let's breathe into arch for 4. Breathe out and tuck. Breathe in. Thrust the pelvis up and hold it there. Bounce the tailbone up. Your 30 seconds starts now. Pulse, pulse. Keep going. Lift, lift. Remember to keep the feet as wide as you can, but don't let the knees go in. Push the knees out so you're resisting against that resistance band. 15 seconds to go. Push up. Push up. Don't let the pelvis drop. Really engage those glutes. Focus on the breathing. 5 more seconds. And roll down through the spine again. This time we're going to lift the right foot, and you're going to pulse the knee out. So you're going to stay in that lifted position, and you're going to pulse the knee out. So the foot stays where it is. You can bring that calf parallel to the floor and just pulse the knee out. So starting from the top, let's breathe into arch. Breathe out to tuck. Breathe in and thrust. Lift the foot, and here we go for 30 seconds. Pulse the knee out. Pulse it out. Good. Keep going. Pulse, 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 pulse. 20 seconds to go. Pulse it out. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay lifted. Release the foot. Roll down through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. Don't forget to focus on the breathing. Release the feet again. Same thing with the left leg. A nice deep breath into arch. Breathe out to tuck. Squeeze and engage the glutes. Pull the rib cage down. Now thrust. Breathe in. Lift the left foot. Hold it there. Calf parallel. Let's go for 30 seconds. Pulse the knee out, out, and out, and out, and out, and out, 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 out. Keep going. Out, and out, out, and out, out. 10 seconds. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot. Roll down through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. We have 2 more sets to go. Bring the feet back down onto the mat. We breathe to arch, breathe to tuck, thrust up, and we're going to pulse the knees out, keeping the feet on the mat. Okay, again for 30 seconds. So take a nice deep breath into arch. Breathe out to tuck. Breathe in to thrust. And your 30 seconds starts now. Pulse those knees out. Don't roll out on the feet. Keep the big toe planted firmly in the mat and pulse those knees out. Working into that lateral side. Good. Keep going. Push up and breathe. You've got 15 seconds to go. Push, 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 push. Keep going, keep going. Relax the head on the mat. Keep going. Push, 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 push. And slowly roll down And bring your knees into the chest. We've got one more to go. We're just going to hold it up and pulse the tailbone up to the ceiling as we did in the beginning. So breathing into arch, breathing out to tuck, breathe in and thrust. Your 30 seconds starts now. Pulse the tailbone up, get higher. Bring the feet closer if you need to. You should be able to reach those hands to the ankles. Pulse, 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 pulse. Let's go. 20 seconds. Almost there. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll down through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. And release your resistance band. Bring the band around the wrists. And we're going to go again, a little bit of a spiral. And reaching the hands to the knees. And breathing into your stretch. We're going to do 10 to one side and 10 to the other side. So keep the resistance in the band. Focus on the nice inhalation. Let's move over to the left side. So breathe out. As you reach your hands to your knees, chin comes to the chest, but keep the lower back on the mat. And then you're going to breathe into the right side. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Breathe out and reach to the knees. And breathe in for 2. Breathe out for 3. Breathe in. And 4. Breathing in. And 5. Reach, reach, reach. A nice deep breath in. And 6. Keep going. Breathe in and open up. 4 more. 7. Breathe in, open up. And 8. Breathe in. 2 more. Reach. And breathe in. And the last one. Reach. And breathing in. We're going to hold it here for a second. And we're going to reach over to the right side now. Before you go, just take a nice deep breath in. And breathe out to the right side. Reach to the knees. Breathe into the left. And out. And breathe in. For 3, reach. And a deep breath in. For 4, breathe out. And breathe in. And 5. Nice and slowly. Breathe in. 3 to go. Reach. 2 more. And reach. And the last one. And breathe in and reach. Again, relax and open up. Breathe in again to this position. As you breathe out, roll up through the spine. You're breathing out. You're reaching your hands to your knees. And now you're going to squeeze the glutes and roll up and lift up into that extended position. Look ahead and open up. Good, well done. Bring the band around the big toes for the last exercise. Focusing on the deep core line. So right up into the arches of the feet and feel it into the lateral line again, working into those glutes. You're going to take the band into a nice extended position, and from there you rotate out. Stay nice and lifted. You can bring the hands behind the back to help you stay nice and lifted and open up across the chest. Pulse the toes out and out. Open up, open up, open up. We're going to keep going. We're going to do this for a minute. Pulse it out and out and out. Strengthen, nice one for strengthening the arches of the feet and working into that deep core line. Good. Stay nice and lifted. Keep going, you're halfway. Pulse, pulse, pulse. You have 15 seconds to go. And 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release the band. And the last stretch we're going to finish off with is bringing the roller underneath the hip. So you're going to lie on your arm. You can bend the elbow. And I want you to bring your feet one on top of the other. So make sure you're positioning your hip on the roller just around the hip bone. Now you'll probably find as you start that top foot will not be dropping. Try and get the heel into that, onto that other foot, but start off and then increase the stretch. Make sure you're not dropping into that top hip. So you don't want to drop into the top hip, otherwise you're going to start to feel it in the lower back. Take the top hand and reach it slightly over to the diagonal to help you stay lifted, and let's bounce that top foot. We're going to go for a minute. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Start off small movement and increase that range of movement to try get that heel down onto the other foot. Keep going, you're halfway. Bounce and bounce and bounce. Bounce and bounce. 20 seconds. Five and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Coming forward, before we go on to the other side, I want you to position the roller just above, so on the hip bones, above the pubic bone. You can be slightly below the hip bones. So similar position to where we were focusing on the breathing, but you want the roller lower down on the hip bone. So it's just opening up into that lower back. Relax your forehead on your hands and breathe. Again, a nice deep inhalation and exhalation through the nose. Let's repeat that stretch on the lateral side to the other side. So lying on your roller, extending your legs out to the side. You can bend that bottom arm and reach the top arm. Position that foam roller around about that hip and lengthen as much as you can. You probably find one side is easier than the other, and you're going to lift and lower that top foot. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Your minute starts now. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Really feel a nice lateral stretch and make sure you're not dropping back into that top hip. Keep those hips stacked. Bounce. Reach forward. Reach forward. Keep going. You're halfway. Just another 10 seconds. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Coming forward again onto the pelvis, just above the hip bone or just over the hip bones. Relax the upper body and breathe. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, push up into that rounded position. Just lengthen the arms out on the roller, lift the tailbone and bounce the chest up and down. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out into that rounded position and bounce your chest up and down. Breathe in and uncurl and circle the shoulders up and back. One more on the roller, so we're going to come into a seated position and bring the lower back onto the roller. If you're not comfortable in the position, you can just rock from side to side in this position, so you can rock side to side. Otherwise, breathing in, breathe out, tuck, breathe in, thrust, position the roller into the lower back and lift the knees up and over the hips. We're going to rock from side to side. So as you rock, use the head and move it from side to side. Come back to the center, extend one leg, and again, if you're not comfortable in this position, remove the roller and lengthen out. Have a nice big yawn. Release any tension in the jaw. Open the mouth up, really stretch that jaw. That'll release tension in the neck, and that'll lead into the shoulders. Again, opening up into the diaphragm, breathe into the space you're creating. Bring the foot flat, the other foot flat. Release the roller. Hug your knees into your chest. Bounce the knees to the chest. And you're giving yourself enough momentum to rock back and forth. And if you can, I want you to challenge yourself and try and come up to standing. So bring the feet flat. Squeeze your glutes, breathe in and lift up. Good. Just shake everything out. Come into a little bit of a rotation. And hopefully you'll feel a lot looser and a lot easier to go into the rotation. Reach up and stretch. And reach up and stretch. And well done. Thank you for joining me. Let's have one last deep breath in.